हॅलो 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 सर, आवाज येतोय माझा? नाही
येतोय सर आवाज.
Hello. Or ma'am, am I audible?
Yeah, ma'am, you are audible.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I hope many of the participants have joined. I request you all to please be connected. We'll start the FDP soon.
करावं लागतं हे माझं आहे हेच चालू इथं ऑडिओ ऑडिओ कनेक्ट होईल इथं पण होईल
Hello. Dear participants, just within some minutes, we are going to start our first day of FDP. So I request you all to please be connected.
Guru ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
let our resource person correct, and then we will start.
Let
Let Dr. Ashutosh Kolte, our resource person, connect.
yes,
and
yes,
then
yes. No problem, ma'am. You just give me the intimation. I will start them.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello, can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir. Sir, we will check your video also. Will you please start video?
Unable to do so. I don't know why. I will check in a minute.
Okay, sir.
Yet many participants have to join, but as it is 10:30 plus, we'll start our morning session of I request all the participants to keep their mic on mute. Yes, most of the speakers have joined. Manisha ma'am, shall we start?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay,
Please.
thank you. A very good morning to one and all. Honorable Director of D.K.T.E Society's Textile and Engineering Institute, ICHALKARANJI, Dr. Mrs. L.S. Admute Madam. Honorable Deputy Director, Dr. U.J. Patil Sir. Honorable Speaker of today's morning session, Dr. Ashutosh Kulte Sir, Associate Professor, Finance and Economics, Pumba, Pune. Respected Dean, Academics, Dr. S.K. Shirgave Sir. Respected Dean, R&D, Dr. S.R. Vanbhatte Sir. Respected Dean, Extension Activities, Professor S.G. Kanetkar Sir. Respected Dean, Administration and Students Affairs, Advocate R.R. Shah Sir. Respected HOD of Department of Management Studies, Professor P.S. Zadhav. Respected In Charge Registrar, Mr. N.D. Danode. Respected Convener, Dr. Mrs. M.P. Pawar. Respected coordinators, Professor S.R. Patil and Dr. Mrs. P.S. Patil. Respected faculty, respected non-teaching staff and technical staff, and very importantly, respected and beloved participants of today's online FDP. I, Mrs. Vidya, humbly and happily welcome you all for this 2 days online FDP on research and MOOCs development organized by Department of Management Studies of D.K.T.E Society's Textile and Engineering Institute, ICHALKARANJI. It is rightly said that knowledge is like a garden. If it is not cultivated, it cannot be harvested. Knowledge brings the opportunity to make the difference. Having knowledge makes you intelligent, but sharing knowledge takes you to wisdom. With this intention of sharing knowledge related with research, we have organized 2 days online FDP. Every auspicious occasion starts with worshipping God. Let us start our FDP by worshipping Goddess Saraswati, Goddess of Knowledge. I humbly request all the dignitaries to lighten up the lamp virtually and inaugurate the program of 2 days FDP. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Thank you, one and all. Now may I request respected Dean, Administration and Students Affairs, Advocate R.R. Shah to welcome the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, one and all. Myself, Advocate Rajendra Shah, working as a Dean, Administration and Student Affairs in D.K.T.E Textile Engineering Institute. To begin with, I will start with a quote well said by Dr. Subhash Chandra Bose that application of education is knowledge. And NEP 2020 highlights all-inclusive education system. NRF, Atal ranking, and NBA, NAC, all these authorities and institutions are striving hard to make sure that education will be all-inclusive, multi-entry, multi-exit, opening of all verticals, giving research a new look. All these are included along with the new coming AICTE's approval process handbook. Research will be the key of all progress in every field. Multidisciplinary online education, gross enrollment ratio, credit framework, credit banks are the new buzzwords in our education system. NPTEL and SWAYAM through IITs and IIMs have started providing virtual classrooms to each and every. As Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam once said, if a child is not able to come to the school, we shall take the school to the child's doorstep. So, virtual and online classrooms will be the future. And to be prepared with all these amenities, infrastructure, MOOCs, and online courses will be the, the coming future of education. So, with this FDP, our institute is trying hard to make sure that all of our faculties will be well versed with mass open online courses. So with this FDP, we are making sure that how to prepare online content, how to prepare online lectures, how to write research articles. All these are covered in this FDP. So with this note, I hand over the mic to Professor to make the inaugural speech. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing with us the reason of why have we arranged the FDP. And thank you so much for welcoming the gathering. Now may I request HOD of Department of Management Studies, Professor P.S. Zadhav, to address the gathering with inaugural speech. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning. Honorable Director, Honorable Deputy Director, Honorable Speakers, Honorable Deans, HODs, dear faculty coordinators, dear faculty members, and dear participants. I am Professor P.S. Zadhav, HOD of Department of Management Studies, honored to present the inaugural speech on behalf of D.K.T.E's DEI Department of Management Studies. For this 2 days online FDP, I feel very proud to share information about my institute and my department at this occasion. Educational institutes have a critical role in providing the students with all necessary inputs required to make them global citizens. Students need to be given all the knowledge, skills, and ability so that they are able to appreciate the changes happening in the industry as well as in society and adapt the changes and work accordingly. In view of this, D.K.T.E Society started Textile and Engineering Institute in ICHALKARANJI, which is a technical institute imparting education in textile, mechanical, electronics and telecommunication, computer science, and Master of Business Administration. The institute is an autonomous institute and affiliated to Shivaji University, Kolhapur. The institute has been graded A by AICTE New Delhi and also accredited by National Assessment and Accreditation Council (NAAC) with A+. All the courses at the institute are accredited by NG. We at D.K.T.E are committed to achieve academic excellence, impart high quality technical education, training, expertise in various industries and engineering programs, thereby enhancing the essential abilities, capabilities, thinking process of students, besides promoting their engineering, technological, and managerial skills. All the members of D.K.T.E are committed to compile with requirements and continue improving the effectiveness of quality management system. This industry association helped D.K.T.E to find out the need of good quality management talent in Western Maharashtra. As a result, the institute started management education in 2008 by establishing Department of Management Studies. This full-time 2 years management course is approved by DTE, AICTE New Delhi, and affiliated to Shivaji University, Kolhapur. We encourage students to take advantage of the best education and experience during MBA course. The course is in synchronization with the latest industry happenings and practices. The students are exposed to the best training in various industries, which will ensure the best career prospects for the students wherever they go. MBA at D.K.T.E has its own curriculum and exam system. The course offers dual specialization in various fields like marketing, finance, HRM, production, IT and system, textile, agriculture, hospital management, international business management, and family business management. The students also have the experience of internship wherein they do the projects in various fields with which they have the hands-on experience. Students are given soft skill training through workshops and training. Various guest lectures are arranged wherein experts from industries and also well-known academicians guide our students with the valuable knowledge. Industry visits are the core part of our MBA program. The newspapers like Business Standard and Economic Times are circulated to the students individually to improve their knowledge as well as improve their communication skills. Every year, an intercollegiate event named Manage is organized by students, wherein participants are exposed to much learning through competition in various fields like marketing, finance, and HR. Department has various MOUs with eminent companies and academic institutions. Students at our department are offered paid internships with the organizations with whom we have MOUs. Every year, our department achieves more than 90% placement, wherein students are placed in the field of marketing, finance, HR in the well-known organizations like DMart, ICICI, Soktas, Kotak, Textile, and Byju's. When it's come to the overall development of the department, we continuously arrange workshops, training and programs, FDPs. In this direction, Department of Management Studies of D.K.T.E has arranged online 2 days FDP program on research and books development. This FDP has been organized to help the faculty and research scholars to help to write quality research paper, to learn creation of MOOC according to 4 quadrants of UGC, to better known about data analysis, hypothesis testing, and to have knowledge of research project funding. We are very much thankful as well as fortunate to have eminent and knowledgeable speakers with us in this FDP. We have with us Honorable Dr. Ashutosh Kolte, Associate Professor, Pune. Honorable Mr. Srikant Thakar from Educational Multimedia Center, Pune. Dr. Sarang Bhola, Associate Professor, Karmavir Bhaurao Patil Institute of Management Studies and Research, Satara. Honorable Dr. Janardhan G, Professor, National Institute of Technical Teachers Training and Research, Chennai, as the speakers of the 2-day FDP program. We are very much thankful to have more than 200 participants for this online FDP. We really are grateful to have such a huge response for the FDP. This FDP is the result of hard work and coordination of the organizing committee, all the faculty members, and non-teaching staff of my department. I am sure that you all will have a knowledgeable journey of 2 days with us, and you all shall be sure enough ignited by listening to our honorable speakers. I wholeheartedly welcome you all and wish you all the best. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. We really feel proud to be the part of D.K.T.E family. Now, the moment has come for which we all are eagerly waiting for. May I request Dr. Mrs. M.P. Pawar to introduce our morning session speaker, an eminent personality, Dr. Ashutosh Kolte, sir. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Human beings who are almost unique in having the ability to learn from the experience of others are also remarkable for their apparent distinction to do so. So our today's guest is Dr. Ashutosh Kolte. The name or the person is not identified only with the name and fame. All the identification with is his deeds. So let me introduce our today's session resource person. Dr. Ashutosh Kolte is Associate Professor in the Department of Finance and Economics from Department of Management Studies, Pumba, Savitribai Phule, Pune University, Pune. And he is going to deliver session on how to write quality research papers. He was postdoctoral fellow at the University of Sanio, Italy, funded project by European Union. He's having vast teaching experience in India, UAE, Italy. Total 17 years teaching plus research experience he has, plus 3 years industry experience. Financial accounting, financial management, corporate finance, international business, international finance. All these are his research areas. Extensively, he's involved in exam section and curriculum development and revision also. He was a member of Board of Studies of Savitribai Phule Pune University also. And as here, it represent that he edited some reputed journals and he has 40 plus articles published. 30 plus articles are ABS, ABDC, CNRS ranked journals. So he have ambition to deliver high impact and influential research with collaboration of different members and researchers from different areas in interdisciplinary areas. And these are some publications or few top publications which are recent publications, and such an eminent personality, and we have as a resource person today. So audience, let me welcome him and all the dignitaries also, and please help me welcoming to our resource person, Dr. Ashutosh Kolte. Over to you, Dr. Ashutosh Kolte, sir. Please. Kolte, sir. Ashutosh, sir, are you there?
Yeah. Yes. Good morning, everyone. So today, thanks for the invitation to deliver a lecture on how to write quality research papers. So we were discussing with the madam regarding what is the agenda, and we arrived at this. Give me a minute. There is some issue, I think. No. Okay. Fine. We can continue. The topic of today's discussion is writing quality articles. So first question arises is what is research, first of all. So I'll request audience to answer this question. What is research? So anyone from the audience can answer.
Participants can unmute and can answer, or you can raise your hand.
It's a systematic investigation.
It's searching again and again.
Yes.
Yes, Preeti ma'am. Will you repeat?
Yes, that is it's searching again and again, whatever the problem is, the solution to the problem.
Okay. And why academics are required to do research? Why as teacher we are required to do research? Because UGC says that you have to do research and you need to publish articles. Is that the reason? So research is advancement in the area of your interest, in the area of your specialization, searching for new things, putting facts, principles, and theories in a more structured and formal manner. So that is research. And as academics, we are considered as knowledgeable people in our particular subject. Say the area, if your specialization is human resources, say industrial relations, say retail management, then you are considered as expert in retail. If say your area is brand management, you are considered as expert in brand management. And it is a responsibility, it is considered as a responsibility of an academician to bring some value or do some addition to the body of knowledge. Okay. Now, education in India has priority of the first priority is educating people, that everyone should have education, formal education, and that is getting accomplished over the period of time. Now, Western universities, maybe in Western Europe, whole of the Europe and North America, since decades, they are engaging themselves into research activity. But yes, our priorities were different earlier days. So it was more on reading and delivering lectures and educating people so that they can contribute towards future of the country and as well as their own well-being, and making people employable. So that was the agenda initially. But time is changing now. Now priorities are changing. India is one of the largest producers of engineers in the world. We have huge number of graduates. So priorities are changing. So academicians are expected to contribute to the body of knowledge, and therefore we are asked to do research. 20 years back, there was no such emphasis on research by any of the regulators in India. But recent 5 to 10 years, you can find there is more and more emphasis on the on research, and they expect us to contribute something new to the subject, and therefore we do research. Agreed? Few participants may have different belief that I want promotion, I want stability in the job, and therefore I do research because it is mandatory, it is required, so I need to do it. So whatever may be the reason, academics do research nowadays, and they should actually. But when there is a mandate or a binding, then results are generally not good. If there are directives and there is a proper motivation, motivation does not always come with you need so many papers to get promoted, you need so many papers to get job. But there is a need of some, I don't know what type of motivation, but there is a need of some motivation where academics will be motivated towards research. So, so academics are expected to do research. They need to conceptualize the idea. They need to put it into words, and they need to write an article, and they need to publish it. So that is what is expected. Correct? So the ideas are to be put into words and they need to publish. So publication. So where do we need to publish it? We need to publish it in. Can you tell me where do we publish it? Yes. Hope my voice is clear and audible.
Yes, sir.
And,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
and where do we need to publish these articles? We need to publish them in journals. We need to publish them in edited books. Do you agree with me? And why do we publish it? What is the reason why? Yes, sir. Creation of new knowledge. Creation of new knowledge and the use of existing knowledge in a new and creative way, so as to generate new concept and methodologies. Agree. I do agree. Correct. Then another objective, and why do we publish it? The another objective is sharing our work with others. Another objective is sharing our work with others. Correct. So this is why we do research and we publish. But again, publication has got certain disadvantages. Publications have got certain disadvantages. It has got certain advantages. When you publish, you share your idea. If your idea is very valuable, or if your research is valuable, then your ideas are shared with the public, and which might be used or commercialized before you yourself do it. So that is one of the risks. So you must have heard about zinc production in India. So it is said that India knew how to produce zinc for thousands of years. World did not knew how to produce zinc, and the first manufacturing facility was established in 15th century in UK. Production of zinc, but it is said that Indian knew how to produce zinc thousands of years back, and India was the producer of zinc, so it had capability to produce zinc. It had monopoly over it. Those days there were no research papers, there were no journals, so idea was not shared. It was kept. It remained secret. Then then the process went to China and then to UK. Okay. Then publications, we get we publish our research and get concepts and ideas patented. Correct. But again, protection of intellectual property is an issue. Not everyone can fight to protect intellectual property. So that is one of the disadvantages. Correct. But yes, dissemination of knowledge has a greater advantage, because a researcher sitting in India, if he publishes an article, researcher sitting in UK can read it. Researcher sitting in United States, Australia can read it. So knowledge flows faster, at a faster speed, and therefore it develops faster. So there is growth in knowledge. And as there is growth in the content, in the knowledge, we can science can progress faster. But again, there are criticisms to it. There are criticisms to research and publications. So before we start with the real agenda, one of the scholars of one of the reputed universities in United States said, the real knowledge you get in 5 rupee, 10 rupee books, which are sold on the streets of Delhi, and not in the top journals. Okay. So, and I do have my own views and opinions on the research. So before we start, I would like to share a video with you. If you permit, I'll share a video.
Yeah, sir, please.
Okay. Video is visible?
Sir, your screen is visible.
Okay.
To play video, I think.
All right. All right. Wait, I'll share. I'll try it once, or else we'll leave it. I'll just try it once. I'll try it once. Okay. I'll try it once.
No issue, sir.
Yeah, really sorry.
Sir, it's visible, I think.
Yeah, now it is visible. So we'll just have a look at the video before we move ahead. So I'll share this video once again before we proceed. Okay, probably will agree with it. Candle maker could never have thought about electric light. Do you agree? Similarly, digital cameras. Earlier, now we have digital cameras. Earlier, we had the cameras which used to use films, Fuji film, Kodak films. So Kodak did not thought about such thing can happen in the future. So research generally new ideas does not necessarily be contributed as a research article. Okay, so we need to be careful while doing research, while publishing. We should have some objective that there has to be some value addition, and it should not be done because it is a mandate. It should not be done because people are doing it, my friend is doing it. No, it's not like that. So we have got responsibility, and it should contribute to the body of knowledge. Okay, so out of the audience, I can see there are 74 participants, including me and officers of the college and professors of the college. So the majority of the audience are teachers or they are research scholars. So what is the composition? I was told
few participants have joined on YouTube also.
Okay, all right. And there are participants from industry as well. There are participants from a non-management background also in this particular in today's webinar or today's Zoom meeting.
Medical stream. We are from medical stream.
Medical stream. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm from management. So I maybe while talking, I will give more references of management. Okay. So let's start with discussion further. So hope a screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
The question is where to publish, which journals to publish, correct? So this is a question in front of everyone. So generally, we should go for publication in index journals. Index journals are subject to auditing. So the performance of the journals is audited on the basis of different parameters. Hello, I'm audible. Can you hear my voice? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible.
Sir.
Okay, okay. All right. The journals where we publish. We'll divide discussion into two parts. How should be research papers? What are the characteristics of a good research paper? That is the first part we will discuss. Second part we will discuss where to publish the article, because many teachers are not aware where to, or many researchers are not aware as where to publish articles. We should prefer to publish in indexed journals. So what are index journals? So journal indexed with Scopus or Web of Science. These are two large indexing databases. So first database is Scopus. Scopus is a product of Elsewhere. It is one of the largest citation abstracting database. It uses quality parameters to index journals to Scopus database. There are various parameters used to select journal in Scopus database. And Scopus keep on reviewing journals on a yearly basis. So they'll check journals every year. Journals will be audited every year. They'll keep on adding and removing journals from Scopus database or Scopus indexation. It uses parameters for itself as well as for readers or for audience at large to know about publications and journals. So these parameters are like are H index. H index is the number of times your article is cited. If say article is cited 10 times and there are 10 articles, see, H index, what is H index? H index means if you have written 15 articles and 10 of your articles have got citation 10 times. So your H index is 10. So one of the criteria is H index, site score, Shimago journal rankings, and source normalized impact per paper. So these are the criteria on which journals are ranked. So site score is one of the important factor on the basis of which journal is ranked. Then Scopus also helps us to see details of the author and papers published by the author. So we can see author affiliation, author publications, journal and citation records, etc. Scopus indexes books, journals, trade journals, and conference proceedings. Even book chapters are indexed by Scopus. Okay. But out of these, journals are the most valuable, are considered as most valuable in academic community. So this was all about Scopus. So we can click here and we can search author and search titles. Then Web of Science. Web of Science is an indexation service like Scopus. Web of Science has key indices like Social Science Citation Index, Science Citation Index, Science Citation Index Expanded, Emerging Sources Citation Index. So these are the key indices of, and there is one Humanities Index also. So these are the key index of Web of Science. So SCI and SSCI journals have impact factor calculated by ISI, which is owned by Thomson Reuters. So we must have heard about impact factor. we keep on claiming my journal is published in a, my article is published in a journal which has got impact factor of 3, 4, 5, 6, correct? And most of the time we come to know that articles are fake, journals are fake, or impact factors are fake. असं पुष्कळदा होतं, and many people must have experienced this. Because impact factor is only calculated by ISI, which is owned by Thomson Reuters. And only journals with SCI, SCIE, SSCI, SSCIE of Web of Science, they have got impact factors. There are many journals you will find they claim impact factor, but they do not actually have impact factor. Okay. Journal having, I have seen journal having total citations of 35, claiming impact factor of 7. Is it possible? Definitely not. And therefore, we have a system called as UGC CARE at the University of Pune campus. They work in collaboration with University Grant Commission and consortium of research scholars of reputed universities across the India. And they keep on adding and removing journals. So one of the criteria for removing journal is fake impact factor claims. So many journals have claimed fake impact factors, and they were removed by UGC CARE from the CARE list. So this is about Web of Science. Web of Science journals are more stable compared to Scopus. Scopus reviews journals every year, sometimes twice a year, sometimes thrice a year. But Web of Science generally review journal once in 2, 3, I think once in 3 years. So your article, if it is published in Web of Science, then index journal, then you may consider that journal has got more stability. So indexation ज़्यादा समय तक रहेगा. Difference between Scopus and Web of Science journals. So what is the difference between Scopus and Web of Science journals? It is relatively easy to index journals in Scopus, but very difficult to index in Web of Science, SCI, SCI, and SSCI journals. But a few Scopus journals are very difficult to publish. Even certain Scopus journals are very difficult to publish. They maintain high quality standard. Almost all Scopus and Web of Science journals maintain high quality standards. But yes, there are a few journals which are not good, and they are removed from indexation on a regular basis. Now, ease of publication. Scopus and the Web of Science, both publication. Actually, there is no difference in publication. It can be Scopus index journal, it can be Web of Science index journal. Publication difficulty will be almost similar. So indexation does not determine the difficulty of publication. Actually, it is easy to publish in both Scopus and Web of Science index journals. But you will find there are a large number of journals which are indexed in Scopus. But if you compare it with Web of Science, in SSCI, if you consider management journals, you will find there are only few hundred journals which are indexed in SSCI or Web of Science. Only few hundred journals of management are there. So obviously, it will be difficult to publish in these journals compared to Scopus, where there are large number of journals. So there is more stability when you publish in Web of Science index journals compared to Scopus. So the criteria or parameter while publication is that you should see the quality of journal, how long it was there in existence, किती वर्ष जुना है, how many years it is there into existence, who is the editor-in-chief of the journal, and what is the editorial board of the journal. Because if editorial board consists of reputed academicians across the world, and if then journal is going to perform well in the future. Okay, and if journal perform well, it will remain indexed in databases. Understood? Then let's look at Scopus website. So I'll share a new window. So this is Scopus website. You must have seen it. Engineering, science, and medical students must have seen it, or faculty, teachers, and researchers in science, particularly, are aware of what is Scopus and Web of Science. But particularly, management, commerce, social sciences, they may or may not be aware of how Scopus website looks. So this is how it looks. So if we search for author, so let's search for author. So I'll search for one of the authors. I'll search for one of the authors. So I have searched for Professor Edward Altman. Professor Edward Altman, if you want to know what he does, where he is from. So Professor Edward Altman is professor at Stern School of Business, New York, United States. If you want to see his research work, you can click here on his name, and you will come to know about his research contribution. So he's a professor of accounting and finance, particularly professor of finance. So these are his contributions. You can see the articles published by Professor Edward Altman. Okay, so Professor Edward Altman is one of the most successful researchers in the field of finance. So he has done a breakthrough research in the area of finance, and one of the best well known, or one of the most well known contribution of Edward Altman is known to the finance faculty. Is there any finance teacher in or finance researcher in the meeting? Or can anyone tell me what is his major contribution? Particularly finance teachers, because he works in the area of finance, or finance professors. So Professor Edward Altman has done a research and developed a few set of formulas where if you put ratios into these formulas, it will give you a possibility of bankruptcy of a company with a high level of accuracy. Okay. So that is his major contribution. That is one of the major contributions, Professor Edward Altman. So similarly, you can search for authors here. Author search here. Say so. I have just searched for one of the authors. He is Dhaval Kolte. So author name, his affiliation. You can see the citations, number of citations, total documents published by him till date, and H index. So H index of 39 is considered as very high. And citations of 24,000 are also really high, are very high. So he is one of the very reputed researchers. So he has studied at Harvard Medical School, and these are his contributions. So you can see what are his contributions. So these are his contributions. So if you have full access to Scopus at your institute or your university, you'll be able to see all the articles published by the author. Okay. So let's move ahead further. Similarly, if you want to search, generally we have a question where to publish article. Correct? असतो का असा प्रश्न कोणाला उत्तर द्या. I have written an article. It is a good contribution to the subject, but where to publish it? So you can go on search here, sources here. Go to website scopus.com. Scopus.com. Go on sources. Click on sources. Click here on title or subject area. Okay. So you can search by subject area. Say we can search by management. So you can search by management. So all journals of management should appear here. You need to narrow down your business management and accounting. Okay. Apply. So all the journals under business management and accounting has appeared here. So these are all the journals. Okay. So these are the journal titles, journal names. This is the site score. Higher the site score, better reputation you will have as an author if you publish in that journal. Understood? Higher the site score means better is the people will consider as you as more as a reputed author if or your contribution will be recognized by academia if you publish in a journal having a higher site score. Then you should also look at the highest percentile. Higher the highest percentile, better is the journal. Then percentage cited. Higher the percentage cited, better is the higher is the chance that your journal will get citation or your article will get citation in the journal. Is that clear? Now let us say you know a journal and you want to see how this journal's performance is. Okay. So we can search by, instead of subject area, we can search by title. So in title, I will search one of the journal. So the name of the journal is, say, Foresight. So Foresight is one of the journals. So let's open it to see how the journal is. So this is information about Foresight. Foresight, it is indexed with Scopus since 1999. It is published by Emerald. This is ISSN number. This is ISSN number. Then site score is 3.1 as far as 21 is concerned. 22 site tracker says in March, its site score was 4.4. And what is the rank? What is the world rank of the journal in this particular area? Business management and accounting, business and international management. Its ranking is 154. And in this particular category, its ranking is 112. So here we will come to know where the journal ranks as far as this particular subject is concerned. So here, these are the top ranked journals, first few. So Academy of Management Annals, Journal of Innovation and Knowledge. So these are few of the Academy of Management journal. So these are few of the top journals in the world, in our field, in management. Then how many articles it publishes, you will come to know here. So every year it limits itself to maximum 40 articles. Only in 2022 it published 83 articles. Otherwise, it limits to 40 articles. Okay. So it is not a publication press that anybody will submit anything and it is going to publish. Asa nahi hai. So it will publish only selected quality articles after peer review. Understood? So again, we'll search for some more, one more journal. We'll go to sources here. And we will type a name of journal, say European Business Review. So the European Business Review, we'll open it. So European Business Review is was indexed in 1970 and from 1989 till present it is regularly or continuously indexed. Published by Emerald. These are the areas: business management and accounting, business management accounting, miscellaneous business management accounting, business and international management. These are the subject areas. Site score is 13.1, 2.38 is SJR, and SNP is 4.14. So site score is just like impact factor. So in Web of Science journals, we have impact factor in Scopus. Similar comparative tool is site score. Okay. So if you look at the site score of 2021, we will see that 13.1 is the site score in 2021. Whereas in the month of March, the current month, site score is 26. So site score of 26 is considered as very high. So this will be one of the top journals in the world this year. Last year it ranked number 2. So we'll see ranking, site score and rank, site score, rank and trend. So its rank was 2 in the world in 2021. First was Journal of Service Management. Second was European Business Review. So it ranked number 2 in the world last year in this subject category. In another subject category, it ranked 15th in the world. But in the current year, 2022, it will be ranked number 1 in the world for these subjects. So in this way, we should search for Scopus journals. So hope you have understood. So many attendees might be aware, many attendees may not be aware of this. So how to search a journal? Go to sources. Search by, if you know the name of journal, search by title. If you don't know the name of journal, search by subject area. If you want to search by publisher, how many journals are published by Wiley? You can search by Wiley. You can search by publishers, type name Wiley and search by journals. Okay. So this is about Scopus. Web of Science. This is Web of Science website. So here you can search journal again to know whether the journal is indexed by Web of Science or not. So you must have published articles in Web of Science index journals. So can you name few name of journals? Impact factor wale journals चे नाव सांगता काही? So audience, I request you to name a few journals where you have published article and which were indexed by Web of Science. You can just unmute your mic. Yes. Or in chat, you can type the name. We will search.
PubMed.
PubMed is again an indexation service. I'm talking about the journal where you have published article, which was indexed by Web of Science or which had impact factor. Okay. So you can type the name.
WJPMR.
What?
WJPMR.
What is the full name? You can type in
World
the chat
Journal
box.
of Pharmaceutical Research.
World Journal of Pharmaceutical Research.
Pharmaceutical Medical Research.
Pharmaceutical.
Medical Research.
So we are searching this journal here. So journal, we are unable to find this journal here. Okay. So
Okay.
let's verify whether if it is in Web of Science or not. So we will search this journal here in Google. Is this the website? This is the website of journal?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we can search by ISSN as well. So we can search by ISSN. So I have copied ISSN and we will go to we'll try to search by ISSN if such journal exists or not. No. So the answer is we found that this journal is not indexed by Web of Science. So the claim that impact factor is 5.922 is false.
Okay.
So it does not carry impact factor. Now we will I'll search a few journals which I am aware of, and we'll see in which index they are indexed in. So Journal of Intellectual Capital. So Journal of Intellectual Capital. It is indexed. The name appears here, Journal of Intellectual Capital. Publisher, ISSN, EISSN number. Where it is indexed? It is indexed in Social Science Citation Index of Web of Science. Clear? We'll search for another journal, Journal of Knowledge Management. So Journal of Knowledge Management, yes, it is indexed. Journal of Knowledge Management, published by Emerald. This is ISSN and EISSN. It is indexed in Social Science Citation Index of Web of Science. And you can create your login ID here. You can create your free account here and you can know more about the journal. Okay. So I'll search for one more journal. Say Journal of Business Research. So yes, Journal of Business Research is indexed with Web of Science. It is published by Elsevier and it is indexed in Social Science Citation Index. So yes, so these journals which are in Social Science Citation Index or Science Citation Index have got real impact factor. And therefore, you must have seen that when we send file for promotions, आपले paper reject होतात. When we send it to university to check our papers, to calculate our academic performance indicator, so our papers get rejected. So that is the reason. So so we need to make sure that journal is indexed with Web of Science or Scopus. If not, at least it should be in UGC here. Clear? So similarly, you can find journals in Web of Science. Now, particularly for management faculty and commerce faculty, economics faculty, economics teachers, commerce teachers, science economics, commerce and management teachers. What should be the publication criteria? How we should select a journal? So selection criteria of journal should be based on, it should be indexed in either Web of Science or Scopus. If not, at least in UGC care. At least it should be there in UGC care. Clear? If it is Web of Science Index Journal, it should be there in either SCI, SCIE, SSCI, that is a Social Science Citation Index, or Emerging Sources Citation Index. Particularly for commerce, management, and economics researchers and teachers. Then it is better that if it is better if journals are ranked. So there are ranking agencies like ABDC. Sanga ABDC is the full form माहिती है का? Management teachers are there in the group. So ABDC is Australian Business Deans Council list. So ABDC prepares list of quality journals. It keeps on updating it frequently. So it ranks journals from A star to C. So A star is the best journal, A is a good journal, and C is a journal which satisfies the basic criteria to be included in the ABDC list. Okay, so ABDC list is a list of quality journals. Though there are few journals which are not good in the list. There are few journals which are not good even in ABDC list. There are few journals which may not be good in Scopus and Web of Science list. Similarly, there are few journals which are not good in ABDC list. Similarly, but yes, it is a good reference. ABDC is a good reference. You can refer to ABDC and publish your articles. Then yet there is another ranking agency, that is Chartered ABS. Chartered ABS is Chartered Association of Business Schools, UK. So it is Association of Business Schools. It keeps on analyzing and ranking journals. So ABS ranking is very influential across our planet Earth. Particularly in management, economics, accounting, commerce, education, academia. So Chartered ABS is a very influential list. It ranks journal according to quality. So ranking ranges from 4-star, 4, 3, 2, and 1, where the 4 is the best journal and 1 is a journal which satisfies the basic criteria to be included in the journal. Clear? Then there are another list. There is another list called a major list that is called as CNRS. CNRS is a French list of journals. Also, this is very influential. Higher the rank, better is the journal. But all journals included in the list satisfies the basic criteria of inclusion in the journal. So they are quality journals. So what should be the criteria for inclusion for writing a paper in a journal? So criteria should be either Scopus indexed or it should be Web of Science indexed. If not, it should at least be there in the care. It is good if journal is indexed with ABDC. It is good if it is there in ABS or CNRS. Then those teachers who are young, or those research scholars who are young and doing PhD research in their area of management, economics, accounting, commerce, and they have ambition to get into top-ranked universities across the world. If you have such a ambition to get into top-class university for employment purpose, or maybe for PhD, for postdoc, to get a postdoctoral position in the top ranked university, or if you want to become assistant professor there, then you should be very particular about the selection of the journal. What should be the criteria for a selection of the journal if you have such ambition? The criteria journal should be indexed with Scopus as well as Web of Science. It should be indexed in Scopus plus Web of Science. दोनों जगह index होना ही चाहिए. And preferably it should be indexed in SC. If it is in Web of Science, it should be indexed with SCI, SCI, and SSCI. Okay, this should be the first criteria. Second criteria, mandatory criteria should be, it should be in ABDC A at least, A star A. Okay. It should be in Chartered ABS 4 star 4 or at least 3. Then the journal will get due consideration for your application. So you apply for PhD position, PhD with fellowship in an American university or a European university, and you have publications in journals which are indexed with Scopus plus Web of Science, and ABDC ranked journals having rank of A star or A, or Chartered ABS ranked journal having rank of 4 star 4 or 3, then you have a good chance of getting selected for PhD degree along with what we say, along with scholarship or fellowship. Even a couple of papers in high rank journals will help you to get postdoc position. And if you want to get a faculty position, you need to have a few publications in A star 4 or 4 star journals to get offered a faculty position in a top ranked universities across the Western world. Then if you have high ambitions and you want to publish in a very top rated journal, and if it is in FT50, then you need not look at any other criteria, whether it is in UGC or देखने की जरूरत नहीं है, whether it is in Scopus, Web of Science, ABDC, Chartered ABS, कुछ देखने की जरूरत नहीं है if journal is there in FT50. So it is a celebrity club. So if journal is there in FT50, there is no other criteria is required to be satisfied. So this is about where to submit your journal. Clear? Then next is paper submission, journal search. Where to publish my paper, or which journal is suitable for my paper. So journals have publishers have journal suggester or journal finder or journal search on their website. So on Springer, you will get journal suggester. You can Google it, journal suggester space Springer. So it will come, it will open. Open this in a browser, paste your title and abstract, and search for a journal. Okay. Open this journal finder or a suggester in a browser, enter your title, enter your abstract and keywords of your research article, search, and you will come to know publisher will show you the list of journals where that article can be suitable. Okay. Similarly, in elsewhere you can do. Also on Web of Science, in master journal list, you can find out using this website. Correct? The ideal journals you can find out here. But the suggested the suggester will suggest a list, finder will suggest a list, but that does not mean your paper will get accepted in that journal. So you need to read the articles published by that journal in the past. In past 5 years, what type of article they are publishing, and whether your area of research matches with the area of research of the articles published by the journal. So that is the area of interest. That is the area of interest of the journal. So if say journal publishes on corporate finance and you publish and you submit article on development finance, so journal will reject the article, even though article relates to finance and it is of very good quality. So, what is the scope of journal that you should read? What type of articles are published? What is the area they research on? What are the areas of interest of editorial board? What are the areas of interest of editor-in-chief? So this will determine your success in that particular journal. Okay. So success of your paper in that journal will be determined by this. You may write a very good article because even I have studied in state universities and colleges where nobody ever taught us told us where to publish our articles, or what is Scopus, what is Web of Science, or which journals are good and where we should publish. Nobody told us earlier. But at least now you have guidance. You should submit articles to a good journal only. Okay. Earlier days, why I gave this example, the reason is I wrote an article and submitted to a journal and they rejected it. Then submitted to second journal, they rejected it. Submitted to third journal, they rejected it. And majority of the rejections were desk rejections. And desk rejection means they have not given consideration to your article at all. So they just saw your title and abstract and rejected it. So rejection does not mean your article is not good. Understood? Rejection does not mean your article is not good. Yes, article has to be good. Article has to be good. It has to be properly written, either in APA style, that is a writing style, or it should be written in Harvard style. Whatever is the style followed for writing in your field of research, it should be followed. And whatever the writing style is used by the publisher should be followed. But an article has to be very good. And it has to have substantial contribution to the body of knowledge. But you will find that articles still get rejected. You feel that it is a very good research. Your supervisor thinks it is a good research, but article gets rejected by the journal. The main reason behind this thing is, this is not the area of research of the journal. Number one. Number two, this is not the area of interest of the editorial board. This is not the area of interest of editor-in-chief, or they do not have reviewers for this particular subject. Understood? Therefore, you should be cautious while choosing a journal. We'll move ahead further. Index journals, Scopus and Web of Science journals, there are paid as well as free journals. So index journals, certain journals are free, certain journals are paid journals. Okay. Then there is a dilemma whether free journal is good, whether paid journals are bad. Free journals means journals without APC. The journals which do not charge any sort of money for publication, these are free journals or journals without APC, or subscription-based journals, subscription model-based journals. See, all journals, majority of the journals are published by publishers which are for-profit organizations. They are companies. Okay. They are not charitable institutions. Majority of the publishers, all well-known, renowned publishers, are companies. So they are for-profit organizations. And therefore, they collect APCs or article processing charges from authors. So, journals with submission publication fee APC, generally there are open access journals, but if they follow the practices and articles are properly peer reviewed and they have a good system, then it is not bad to publish in even journals with APC. Okay. There are certain journals with APCs which are sponsored by universities, scientific organizations. Generally, they are open access journals. They are open access means the cost is borne by the institution or the university. Clear? But in India, our scenario is different. We do not have huge research grants. Majority of the teachers do not have huge research grants. Even if we have research grants, then we most of the cases we are not allowed to use research grant for using it for publications. So we cannot pay publication fees. So we should submit papers to journals which are based on subscription-based model. Okay. We should submit our article to a journal which is based on subscription-based model or free journals, free to author, and who sell our papers to readers. So these are good journals in our case. Okay. Let's move ahead further. There are genuine journals of low quality and standings. There are few journals which are genuine, but are of little low quality. There are few journals which are of low standings. It is better to publish in journals of low standings than to publish in journals which are not good at all. There are predatory journals. Predatory journals means what? The journals which run factory of publications. They do not peer review the paper, or they just say that paper is peer reviewed. For the namesake, 1 or 2 comments are sent and you address the comments and it is said that it is peer reviewed. So their objective is to collect the money and publish papers in bulk. So they are predatory journals. Predatory journals. They collect money, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, publish your article. They are predatory journals. Even initially, I did not knew what are predatory journals because nobody taught us. But yes, you have to learn it and you have to stay away from predatory journals. You have to stay away from fake journals. Fake journals are also called as cloned journals. Cloned journals. Cloned journals are, there is original journal which is published in the print media. It is not published online. But there are people who create fake websites of these journals, and these websites will publish your articles, and it will never get indexed in Scopus and Web of Science. So these journals are fake or cloned journals. So stay away from fake and cloned journals. Hijacked journals. The journals which are hijacked. There are old university journals which are not regularly published. Old journals of reputed institutions which are defunct are hijacked by few people, and a website is prepared, and articles are published under the name of hijacked journals. It is found that initially these journals are indexed by indexing databases, but when they'll come to know that these articles are published by this journal has got hijacked, then they'll remove all these articles from the indexation. Okay. So stay away from predatory journals, stay away from fake journals, stay away from hijacked journals. Being teachers, Indian teacher, we must have come across these because India is considered as the biggest market of predatory, fake and hijacked journals. सगळ्यात मोठं मार्केट आहे. पण we should learn to stay away from it. जरी आपण या फंद्यात चुकून पडलो असू by mistake, we should stay away from these things. Clone journals, नाव असतं काहीतरी. Okay. Same website by 3 names. But yes, we can find out clone journals by doing ISSN search or by searching for correct journal name on Scopus, correct journal name on Shimago or Web of Science. So we can know the correct journal, what is the right journal, or which one is not cloned. Understood? Using ISSN search or Scopus search. There are few publishers which are predatory in nature. उनका काम ही है पैसा कलेक्ट करो, पब्लिश करो, बल्क में पब्लिश करो. They are predatory publishers. The publishers which do not publish do not properly peer review papers are predatory publishers. Vanity publishing. Vanity publishing is yet another type of publishing where vanity publishing म्हणजे काय? Can anybody explain? Vanity publishing is स्वतःची वाहवा आणि हे पब्लिश करून घ्यायची. That is vanity publishing. Self biography, autobiography published by unknown lesser publisher of lesser reputation or without reputation. Vanity publishing. Questionable conferences. There are many questionable overnight conferences. As we know, overnight publishing, there are overnight conferences. Search for a conference, you will come to know that every week you will find conference in Pune. And many of these conferences are questionable conferences or predatory conferences. They are just there to collect 2,000 rupees from you and they allow you to present your paper. Okay. Then there are predatory awards without nomination process and without review process. Okay. So we need to stay away from these practices. Okay. Though many of us might have got indulged into this by mistake, but yes, now we are aware, so we should stay away from it. चुका होतात, but चुका repeat करू नये. We should not repeat the mistakes. Stay away from this. Ethics. University have ethics committees. If you have done research in a laboratory in the university, you need approval of research ethics committee before you move ahead with publication. If there is a publication agency like D.K.T.E or any funding agency, so you need approval of funding agencies before you publish an article. You must put references and citations of the work you have referred. Any work which you have referred must not go without citation or references. Okay. So if you are referring someone's work, so you must cite or you must refer the work done by him or her. Then it is good to collaborate in research. You should explore, you should collaborate with different researchers, because collaboration leads to broadens your perspective, broadens opportunities. But again, you should know your collaborator. As you in finance, you have know your customer, KYC. You should know your collaborator, because nowadays we have AI, artificial intelligence. You must have heard about ChatGPT and few other modes, where if a collaborator does something wrong, bad name will come to you. Okay, so choose your collaborator wisely or co-author wisely. Properly monitor work of your research students or PhD students. Warn them not to use ChatGPT or such or any other unethical practices. Stay away from plagiarism. What editors like? So what journals and editors like? To know what journals and editors like, we should look at few articles published by the journal. You should look at the research work of editor-in-chief. You should also look at research work done by editorial board members. So you'll come to know what journals and editors like. So if you submit an article or a research and it is in the interest of the journal and liked by editors, so you have a greater chance that it will be peer reviewed. And when your article is peer reviewed, that means, and if it is a good research, that means they will give you fair chance to get your article published. Understood? So then that does not mean that your article will get published for sure. But yes, you are given a chance. So if it is a genuine and a good work, you can further revise your article, and your article will be published over the period of time. Any good journal will have a robust and thorough research, review process. So there are rounds of review. The rounds of review may range from 1 to 4 rounds. So there can be 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds of review before your article gets accepted for publication. Okay. So types of research papers. There are survey papers, there are reports, problem solution, experimental research paper, cause effect research paper, argumentative research paper, analytical research paper. Okay. And even your literature reviews will be fit in one of these criteria. So these are the type of research papers. So this word copy will be shared with the audience through Pawar madam. So now I will share few of the articles published. So I will share few of the articles published by me. So this is one of the articles. Knowledge management behaviors in venture capital crossroads, a comparison between IVC and CVC and ambidexterity. So it is published by Journal of Knowledge Management. When we published it, it was in top 5 journals in the world for knowledge management in 2020 when it was published. So this is one of the article. It is one of the very reputed American journals. I'll show you a few of the articles. There is yet another article. The article is the contribution of intellectual capital to financial stability of Indian pharmaceutical companies. Article is published in Journal of Intellectual Capital. Again, when it was accepted for publication that time, when it was submitted, it was in top 5 list in the world in the ranking. So this journal, Journal of Knowledge Management, is an ABDC-A. This is an ABDC-A. Quadrant 1, all are Quadrant 1, Web of Science and Scopus Index journals. Its impact factor must be around 9 and 10, between 9 and 10. Again, this journal, another one, Journal of Intellectual Capital, it is an ABDC-B. It has impact factor between 8 to 10. It is a higher rank journal. I'll show you another journal, another article published by me. This is another article which is recently published. Ambidexterity's influence on export strategy development, the case of Indian pharmaceutical industry. It is published by Thunderbird International Business School, which is a business school of Arizona State University, published by Wiley. Wiley is one of the reputed publishers. Again, it is ranked by ABDC, ABS, indexed with Scopus and Web of Science. It does not have impact factor. Wiley is one of the reputed publishers. Then I'll show you another article published. This article is published in Journal of Strategic Management, Strategic Marketing, Journal of Strategic Marketing. It is published by Taylor and Francis. It is yet another article published in Resource Policy. This journal is published by Elsevier. All are quadrant 1 journal. This is a quadrant Q1 journal. Even this is applied energy. Even this is a Q1 journal, has impact factor of 10 plus. It is published by Elsevier. I'll show you one more article, and we'll discuss one of the articles in short. We'll discuss one of the articles in short. So this is one of the articles written by me for International Journal of Financial Management, which is indexed by Scopus as well as Web of Science. It is ranked by ABS and ABDC. ABS B, ABS 2 and ABDC ranked as B. Now, here me and my co-authors, Kolte, Kapaso and Rosie, we worked on analyzing the failure of Kingfisher Airlines in 2017. So in 2017, we worked on this article. We studied what happened with the Kingfisher Airlines. So this is a structure. Ideally, this should be the structure of the paper. There has a title. First, there is a title. Then there is abstract. Abstract is a summary of the article. It includes what this paper is all about. What are the objectives behind this research? What are the methods used in this research? And what are the findings in the research? What are the key findings of the research? So this is called as abstract. So there has to be, first of all, title, then abstract, then keywords, and thereafter we should start with introduction to the article. So here we are talking about failure of Kingfisher Airlines. So this is a case of different Kingfisher Airlines. So we discussed, we studied the background of UB, Kingfisher Airlines and the promoters, how it came into existence, and what was the background of the company, what was the background of the promoters. Then we need to do literature review. There are other authors who are writing research articles. So we need to read their contributions. We need to read the major contributions made by different authors on the subject. Okay. And this literature review has to be a structured literature review. And literature review should help us to understand the research gap. Okay. So this is a structured literature review. So we started with crisp and structured literature review. How airline industry functions all over the world, what are the problems of the airlines industry, then who has earlier studied failure of Indian airlines industry, what are the different mathematical or financial methods we have to analyze the failure of airlines industry. And then we arrive at either hypothesis or research questions. So I have arrived at hypothesis. I have arrived at research questions. What factors were responsible for bankruptcy of Kingfisher Airlines? Was it not possible for banks to evaluate the strength of financial statements and making a fair valuation of Kingfisher Airlines share prices before converting debt into equity at very high premium? Was it possible to predict bankruptcy? How has merger of Kingfisher Airlines with Deccan Aviation Limited affected the merged entity? So this was the research agenda. These were the research questions. Then we adopted a very specific research methodology. We used Professor Edward Altman's model to analyze financial data. So this is the explanation of the model. Then we used Piotrowski's F-score and knowledge of financial management and analysis of financial statements. This is analysis of data. These are the key ratios of major airlines present during 2007 to 2016. Then results of Altman Z-score model. Then results of F-score model. Capital structure as a problem with the company. Capital structure as a problem was one of the major problem of the company. There was excessive debt. Merger of Kingfisher Airlines with Air Deccan. We have studied this case study, this case, and put a small caselet in our paper. How Air Deccan contributed to weakening of Kingfisher Airlines. Then efforts on debt recovery post closure of Kingfisher Airlines. Then our findings. Okay. Now, Kingfisher Airlines is in danger zone, whereas UB Holdings is also not stable, which is indeed the case. Altman Z-score can be used to predict the financial distress in organizations satisfactorily. In an organization satisfactorily, and should be used by banks, financial institutions, and stakeholders as a tool to predict potential bankruptcy. Now, every article, there has to be contribution to the body of knowledge. There has to be something in it. So what is there in this article? So in this article, we have used a model which is there which was proposed by Altman Z-score and made it more popular. And this article is mainly meant to be read by bankers and finance students. So finance students will be aware of these techniques over and above what they study in their classrooms. And another contribution is any business, more particularly airlines business, which is growing revenues at a higher rate with low profit margins, with the external debt, external business environmental factors having significant implications on the cost, should abstain from taking extensive debt, as little change in pricing and cost may have negative implications on profits, and resultant recurring losses may result into tragic bankruptcy. So this is a message for aviation companies. Then this research was done in 2017, but if we search an event which has occurred in 2019, you will find that predictions done by us in 2017 became true in 2019. So I'll search for a name for one of the companies. The name of the company, Jet Air. So here I have written in 2017. We have also calculated Altman Z-score for few other companies in the same industry and found that Jet Airways is in bankrupt zone for a long period of time, but company could manage its finances during the difficult times until date. For banks, financing Jet Airways will involve a risk. Okay, this is written in 2017. What we have written in 17? We have written for banks, financing Jet Airways will involve a risk. All right. So indications we have given in our article in 2017. This is not a very extraordinary or something great, but yes, this is knowledge, and this is our contribution. So we could say that yes, this company may become bankrupt in next 2-3 years, and it got bankrupt in which year? Can you tell me which year it became bankrupt? 2019. Jet Airways went bankrupt. Okay, so this was one of the samples. This is how article has to be written, and this is what we have contributed to our article. Now, do you have any? Now we will move ahead towards conclusion. Pawar madam is there.
Yes, sir.
We will move ahead towards conclusion. We'll take a few questions before we conclude with today's session. And it would have been great if we would have, if we would have arranged a physical session where I could have seen attendees one-to-one.
Sure, sir. We will plan so.
So I request audience to ask a few questions.
Audience, you can unmute yourself and you can ask a question.
Maybe which journal I should submit, where which journals to avoid, how to avoid predatory journals, how to avoid clone journals. Generally, these questions people have. Medicals faculty may not have such questions because their grooming, science faculty, their grooming is little different. But yes, questions are welcome. So our science faculty is way ahead compared to us in research. Just to tell you that few of the greatest researchers we have at Pune University. There is a list published by Stanford University. So out of that list, we have 5 researchers on our campus in Pune University. Okay, so questions are welcome.
You can also type a question in a chat box.
Yes, you can also please type the question. I will try to answer it. We may take 1, 2 or 3 questions if you have. Ashnar konala? Ashnar vicharu kasa ha generally have.
Yes, sir. Can you give some names of journals which have criteria you have already said that Scopus plus WS, ABDS, Character ABS, CNRS, all included in that journal?
Are you a management faculty?
No, sir. From medical faculty.
Yeah, madam. If you are in medical faculty, medicine, then you should refer to PubMed, Scopus Index and Web of Science Index journals. Don't refer to CNRS, ABDC, and ABS because they are specifically ABDC, CNRS are specifically meant for management, commerce, and economics.
Yes. Okay, sir.
Better
so only
search.
Scopus
see like this.
Scopus and what? Yes.
Scopus and Web of Science. So say Scopus, you can search your area of interest. So what is your area of interest in medicine?
I'm basically from Ayurveda faculty. So from Opthal branch.
So if you search title in Scopus, go to title and search by Ayurveda. These are the 3 Ayurveda journals. or a search by
Yes.
subject area. So put subject here, you
Yes.
will come to know journal.
Yes. School myopia, you can write.
Yeah, so you can search here or on Web of Science.
Okay, sir.
Any other question?
Dear participants, if you have any queries, please feel free to ask.
Sir, till the time participants will ask, I want to ask one question. May I?
Please, please,
Ashutosh?
please.
Sir, there are certain journals which are under category of other journals in under Web of Science collection, but those are not included in Web of Science core collection. Some are botanical, zoological records.
Can you name the journal? We'll just find out. We'll just see.
There is one journal in Survey of Fisheries Sciences.
1 minute, we'll search a journal of
Survey in Fisheries Sciences.
okay, this journal.
Yes.
So Journal of Survey in Fisheries Sciences. So
Publisher mentioned it as Web of Science category, but it is showing under zoological records, I think.
okay, so we will see. Here we will search on Web of Science Master Journal list. So after searching, let's see whether it is there or not. Yes, it is there under additional Web of Science indexes. So it is indexed by Web of Science, but under additional Web of Science indexes, which is zoological record. So it is not there in core record. So core record is SCI and SCIE for your subject.
Yeah. So if zoological record and all is there, suppose if I'm going to implement any ML technique for zoological or specimen or all, and if that paper gets published in such journal, where to find the indexing? Because all other master journalists we can find here in view profile page, and we can get all those articles indexed.
You can show this is indexed with Web of Science. You can get printout of this page and show that it is indexed in Web of Science.
So will it be added to my Web of Science profile or not?
Citation, see, zoological record, actually I am not aware, but yes, other than, for example, because my subject is business, finance. So when we publish paper, there are certain papers which are not there in SSCI, but these papers are indexed in ESCI, that is Emerging Sources Citation Index. Okay. Yeah. But Emerging Sources Citation Index, when we publish paper in that article, and when my article gets published, it is visible under Publons. It is visible under Web of Science author profile. Then citations which I get to that paper, these are visible under my Publons or Web of Science profile.
Okay, sir.
But zoological records, I am not aware. See, this is my Publons profile. So there are few papers like journals, like International Journal of Educational Management. It is not indexed with SCI, SSCI or SCIE, but still few people have cited this paper and it is visible in Web of Science profile. Okay.
So the journal is there under Web of Science core collection category.
What?
Is that journal referred as under Web of Science?
See, we will search. We will search here only. So the name of journal is International Journal of Educational Management. We will search it. International Journal of Educational Management. Yeah, it is visible under core collection. That is ESCI, Emerging Sources Citation Index. But yes, this particular is not visible under core collection. Agreed. But yes, for the API purposes, for promotion purposes, for your research purposes, recognition purposes, you can always take printout of this and you can tell the review committees that yes, this is indexed by Web of Science. Okay.
So finally it will get indexed.
It should get indexed because it says additional Web of Science indexes, so it should get indexed.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any other question?
Yes, participants. YouTube participants can type questions in chat box. So as there are no questions, all the doubts are clear, sir. And most of them, I think they want names of journal, and we can get those on master journal list or scopus.com sources as you showed.
Correct.
Yeah. So with this, now may I please request to Professor Vidya Guru to present vote of
Yes,
thanks.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, sir, for sharing your knowledge about the journals in which we academicians should publish our articles. We indeed will take care about publishing our articles in right journals. Thank you once again, sir. Now, we are at the end part of the morning session of this FDP. As it is rightly said, gratitude is attitude. I take a couple of minutes to express my gratitude. Honorable Director, Honorable Deputy Director, Honorable Deans, Honorable HODs, dear faculty coordinators, dear faculty members, and very importantly, dear participants. I am Mrs. Vidya. Take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks for this session of FDP on behalf of D.K.T.E Society's Textile and Engineering Institute, Department of Management Studies. Firstly, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Director, Dr. Mrs. L.S. Adbute Madam, for her inspiration and guidance. It's my honor to thank Honorable Deputy Director, Dr. U.J. Patil Sir, for his motivation to organize various programs. I propose my sincere gratefulness to the esteemed speaker, Dr. Ashutosh Kolte Sir, for kindly accepting our invitation as guest speaker and graced us with the knowledge and experience. We really are inspired by the content you have shared with us. Thank you so much, sir. Next, I wish to extend my sincere thanks to all the honorable deans, honorable HODs, and in-charge registrar for our institute for their guidance and support. I sincerely thank respected HOD of Department of Management Studies, Professor P.S. Zadav, for his guidance. I also thank convener and coordinators of this FDP, Dr. Mrs. M.P. Pawar, Professor S.R. Patil, and Dr. Mrs. P.S. Patil for coordinating this FDP. I thank all the faculty members for their work contributed. I also thank non-teaching and technical staff for all the arrangements made. Very, very importantly, I wholeheartedly propose my thanks to all the participants for taking part in this FDP with full of interest. Last but not least, I thank all the members of D.K.T.E family who always help us directly or indirectly. Thank you one and all. Now I formally announce that the morning session is over and I request all the participants.
Wait for
Yes,
a
ma'am.
moment, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We need all the participants to start their video.
I request all the participants to please
Start the video for
start
photograph.
their videos so that we can take the photographs.
And I request Professor Shailendra Patil to take a snapshot.
All dear participants, please switch on your videos.
Host has disabled us to show our videos.
Manisha ma'am.
Video is disabled from host, ma'am.
Yes, we'll do that. Please wait for a couple of minutes.
Hello, Guru, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Administrator has to make us enabled.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We are doing that. Manisha ma'am. Just give us a couple of minutes.
Wait, ma'am. We are allowing them. Participants, please try. Start a video.
Ma'am, I hope still it is not working out.
Yes, others are starting their videos.
Manisha ma'am, I hope it is not working out.
Ma'am, it's working at our end.
Okay,
Ma'am.
okay, fine. Yes, ma'am.
All other
No, ma'am.
participants.
Still disabled. Still unable to start the video.
Yes, ma'am. At my end also, it is showing that the host has stopped it. So maybe others are facing problem.
We have allowed. Now participants need to check on their, I think. You have started.
नाही मगाशी चालू होता तो झूमचा
Now check. We are allowed.
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, I think some of them are able
visible.
to and some of them are not able to.
Few participants are replying. They can see. Yes, we can see few participants.
Yes.
25 का साथ
स्टार्ट व्हिडिओ करायला सांगा बघू.
I request the participants to start the video, please.
No, ma'am. Still it is enabled.
Already started, madam. Already we are started. You might
Okay,
see us.
okay, sir. Okay. Some of them are facing some problems.
Professor Shailendra Patil. Shailendra Patil, sir.
Yes, yes.
If you have started, we need to take whatever we have now, because I think there is problem with participants saying also internet bandwidth and issues may be there. Few participants have started.
No, ma'am. There is full range.
We can see many of them.
Then what will be the problem?
सोमवारी भरा ठीक आहे.
It's okay, madam. We will take it in the afternoon session. Hello, madam.
Yes, sir. We are taking
Yes.
screenshots.
Okay. Whatever the videos are available, we have taken the screenshot. The remaining we will take it in the afternoon session.
Yes, sir, we can do so.
SR Patil sir, please check setting once before sending the links.
Okay, we have done participants. Now you can join. Afternoon will start at sharp 2:25. You can join at sharp 2:30. We'll start.
Thank you
Okay,
once
ma'am.
again.
Thank you.
And we'll see you in the afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
I declare the
Thank you,
morning
ma'am.
session is over.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Next session will start at 2:30 p.m. No?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you.